All right. Good evening, team. Happy Sunday, everyone. Hopefully everyone's having a nice weekend. Welcome to our weekly recap and preview of the week. Welcome to GAR Capital. My name is Carlos Garcia. I'm the founder and CEO of GAR Capital and your host for this video. We're going to go and talk about the stock market, what to expect this week, and trying to find some opportunities out there. If you remember last week, feels like the world was ending, and then all of a sudden we're at all-time highs this week. Funny how that works. It's just nothing like price to change sentiment. Always the saying. Speaking of which, futures are up this morning. New, fresh all-time highs. S&P, we are long. I sent out a signal to our members. 6240 entry. Let's see if we can catch a quick 10 points, TP1 or higher. I mean, we're at no man's land now in a point of all-time highs in the futures for S&P. So we do have some long trades on options. So hopefully this kind of momentum sustains. For example, for IWM, we have IWM calls open. This is how we did this past week. Oxy puts. Yes, we do put sometimes. We did Oxy puts there. AMD calls hit as high as 500%. Hood, Robinhood, that was part of our investment club alerts. Or was it Robinhood? Finally hit our target, hit $80. So that's great. Was part of our stock price ratings. Robinhood, we had a bright price. It was currently at 56.40 currently on May 12th, and we got 80 was our targets above there now. So good call by the team. Glad we took care of business there. And we've been hitting calls ever since. NVIDIA hit as high as 85%. Citibank, we were long calls. Palantir, Uber, and Chipotle for a nice little lotto there. So a lot of gainers. You can see in the trophy room, all the winners there. Everyone doing great. Gotta love all-time highs, right? So that's what we did for the week. If you guys want a little more of a deep dive on how we traded and what we traded, take a look at GAR articles. That's free for all. We have our futures trading recap, 130 ES points this past week, and we also had options this week go undefeated. Pretty solid across the board. Great week. Let's see if we can continue that momentum. Let's kind of go ahead and start with the market. S&P 500 futures again. 6240 was my alert. We broke above it. We got as high as 6243. You can see kind of hovering around now. 7 p.m. New hourly candle. Only real risk here is this slight gap to fill right around 6121. I have a stop on the alert at 6220. My first alert is only 10 points away, so at least I'll know what's happening. So I don't have to stay glued to the screen while I'm watching or while I'm trading. I don't have to stay glued to the screen. I'll let the alerts tell me everything I need to know. Dow futures are up 200 points. Nasdaq's up 0.30. S&P up about a quarter point. And the Russell is up 0.40%. We talked about the Russell a lot past 4 weeks with our watch list members. Inverse head and shoulders. Is it finally the time? Let's go ahead and take a look at the 4-hour chart. You can see 2200 is coming. 2197, we're about 3 points away. IWM doesn't have the new pricing yet because it's not 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, we should be around the 217 area or so, depending on the price, since the Russell futures are up. Let's go ahead and take a look at S&P one more time. Again, we're right now flirting with that entry level again. Really, this is your sport, 6170. I put out a watch list for our futures members as well. And really just focus on gold and S&P. And if you trade NASDAQ, you can use S&P as well. So let's take a look at NASDAQ. Say for my NASDAQ traders out there. I mean, however you want to do it. In terms of a stop, that's kind of the difficult part. If you're trying to scalp, you're going to have to put the stop right around 22,730. That's 90 points. So you can see why I like S&P a little more. But trying to keep it tight, maybe 22,780 or so. If you're going to go long on NASDAQ, we should have a little more room. Is there a gap to fill? So I guess 2275. That's pretty good for a stop for NASDAQ right around here. If you were to go long, I prefer S&P futures, but everyone's different. Gold futures, very key trend line that we're tagging on the daily. And you could see it right here. This is open interest. We want to go ahead and remove that. See this trend line here, 1, 2, 3, 4, right on it. So until I would love to short it because I'm expecting gold to pull back with a stronger dollar. We're not getting the stronger dollar yet. We'll take a look at that here in a second. 32.47. If that breaks down, then I want to short down to 31.72. But then I also said on the actual watch list that this looms. This is the 20-week MA, 20-week moving average at 3,200, 3,202. We haven't been below that since January. So I don't know if we're going to break that. We'll use that as our target if we were to short from 3,250 or so, 3,245, let's just say. 3,200 would be the stop or that target. And then we'll probably get a bounce there. We'll probably be a little oversold then if that's the case. Let's take a look at S&P. Green again, 3241. It looks like it's just going to be a breakout. And the key is here is the tax cuts. Tax cuts bring liquidity into the system. We did a, what is it, the article on that. Let me see if I can bring this up. Got a couple articles. We had the QQQ Golden Cross, and here we go. We get that tax cut. I'm telling you, we're going to get to S&P 7,000 by next year, easily. The last time that we had something along those lines of a tax cut was in 2017, which was very great for the stock market. We melted up all the way till the end of 2018. This is on our website, and you can see the history of the previous tax cuts, the Bush tax cuts in 2003 and the Trump tax cuts in 2017. Tax cut passes, you're going to get more liquidity. And that's really the name of the game here. So more details on our website in regards to our articles. Take a look at that. We're going to be watching all the headlines there. Hopefully, if we get that passed this week, stocks are going to go higher and we're going to take advantage by staying long. And by that point, if the tax cuts get signed and passed by the president, it is going to be a buy the dip market moving forward. That's just the reality. You'll get some down days, of course. August is a little choppy. September isn't always the best. Last September was okay. But when you get those tax cuts and that liquidity, we should see asset prices rise, meaning stock prices go higher. Let's take a look at the dollar. So again, that's going to be my focus this week. Keep in mind, the stock market is closed on Friday, and it closes early on Thursday. Holiday weeks have not been good to us as traders. Been a lot of chop. So far, so good. We're not getting that issue. But again, let's be careful. We had a really great week last week. We don't want to just give anything away. Obviously, risk management will be key. 96.65 is still my alert of this multi-year trend line. If that breaks down, the dollar is going to continue to free fall and commodity prices may go higher. Watch gold and crude oil. But crude oil is really supply and demand. But copper, gold, silver, we'll keep an eye on that in returns to the dollar. And that's where we are currently. There's not tons of earnings this week. Earnings is pretty much done. Here's what we got this week. We got some Fed speakers. Monday at 10 in the morning, Monday at 1 p.m. Chairman Powell speaks at 9:30 in the morning on Tuesday, and Bostic speaks at 11 a.m. on Thursday. This is our week. Jolts on Tuesday, nothing tomorrow. That's nice. Probably get a little bit of a rally. Maybe get some selling off on Tuesday. Who knows? Profit taking. And July 3rd is the day before July 4th holiday, Independence Day for the United States. So we'll get our non-farm payroll number on Thursday. But again, keep in mind, the market's closed at 1. So choppy week. We know the drill. Last time we had a holiday was Juneteenth and the market wasn't that great. So maybe they'll change this time. Let's take advantage as much as we can moving forward. But that's what we got currently. Again, it's a short week, guys. I don't expect the world. I expect a possible melt up, but I don't expect a sore job unless tax cuts get passed. So if you're someone that had a lot of money made last week, we did great, and you want to take a couple of days off this week, this is probably the time to do it. In a sense, because it's just going to be a short week, like I want to reiterate. We do have some trades open at the moment. I do expect them all to hit, to be quite honest. We had video calls. We have Palantir pull back a little bit, Walmart and SLV. So we got some stuff on the board that we can definitely capture and take advantage of. Wait a minute, is IWM there? Oh shoot, IWM is not there. I had an IWM call with the team, so I'll have to add that. Let me go ahead and fix that. I just have to fix that list. Yeah, IWM, we had the 250 calls on June 27th. We got as high as 13. NVIDIA hit 27%. CMG at 90. There you go. I had it back. But it wasn't included on the IWM, so I made sure to add it. There. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. All right. So in terms of economic data, not much. In terms of earnings, not much. Let's go over the watch list for the week. How's that? I'll go over a couple. for the members. So we got a couple here. I send this every week. So let's see Tesla. I know Tesla, everyone loves that name. Nvidia's going to go higher. I mean, that's pretty much set in stone. It's really just setting up of how much are we going to go up. Tesla break below 317. I believe it's still a short. You can see that trend line here breaking down. 300 is the level you're looking for. If you get to 300, that'll probably be by the dip, especially if we get the tax cuts. The only issue is that the big beautiful bill, the tax cut bill, is going to take away some of the I can't say alternative energy tax provisions or tax relief for like solar panels and stuff. So that might affect Tesla in the short term. But on a technical basis, 300 is still my support. Last time we got below that was the Trump Musk feud. So we bounced nicely from there. Seems that if we were going to go lower, that would be kind of the magnet target of that. Let's see one more. Apple. That's a name that everyone's been watching. Setting up a bull flag. If we can get above, that'd be nice. Let's see here on the 4-hour. Yep. Bull flag. We should expect a breakout. I thought I put an alert here and I didn't. I'll put an alert above 204 and see if we can go for the 210s to 212.50 strikes on Apple. I know it's been beaten down a lot, but you know, hey, we get one more move higher with that tax cut on Apple. That'll be beneficial for it. Absolutely. Talked about IWM. Let's talk about one more. Let's take a look at it. AMD. We haven't looked at that in a while. Finally pushing higher. There you go. That's on the weekly. Let me look at the daily. I know we still have a gap to fill here at 158. Break the highs of 147.76. Again, we'll see if that tax cut passes. It's going to get to 158. Bottom line, it's going to be very hard to get it wrong if we get the tax cut, guys, because that just adds so much liquidity into the market that a lot of names are going to just start flying. Think of the names that were hardest hit during 2022, those small caps that were hit that are still kind of recovering. Those are going to start catching bids. Upstarts of the world, SoFis of the world. That's going to start moving higher. Let's take a look at SoFi. I mean, there you go. Yeah, so you're about to break 18. Break 18 on SoFi. Where are we going? Let's see the weekly. That's not all-time highs, is it? No, we still got more. So you got to what till 28 for SoFi? That looks pretty good. Definitely less regulations for banks help. Upstart. Again, these are the names that were kind of like, beaten down in 2020. What do we need to get above 70? Above 70, we can go long or look for options to go long. So that is what we're looking at. Again, not trying to put too much emphasis on a ton of trading this week, just for the fact that it's a short week. Whatever we get on Monday, I want to get out of everything as quick as I can. I want to use this strength to sell into. So if we get to a little bit of an overbought correction, I can't say correction, overbought pullback or some profit taking, I want to be ahead of everything and make sure we take profit tomorrow. So that's kind of what I'm looking for this week. Again, want to reiterate, short weeks have not been kind to us. Friday, the markets close. Thursday, we close at 1. So let's get what we can get as soon as we get, not push the risk. We'll see you guys for a full week of July, and then we'll go over what we can do in terms of strategy for that month of July. July starts on Tuesday, technically. We know it's a holiday week. We'll see what we get. All right. So the next video, we'll get into a little more of a deep dive for the July strategy. But for now, let's kind of end June strong, end the quarter strong, and let's just hope that we can take any kind of profits we can as we're getting this push. Have a great rest of your evening. I will catch you guys tomorrow morning for the morning brief on our Discord server for our members. Have a great rest of your night. I will see you then. Cheers all.